Okay, so I cut the video and it's now, well, 2 seconds for you guys. It's a whole day later for me, and I've come back to my little Gore Magala. He's all smoothed out. Hopefully you can see him. He kind of ended up looking like a slowpoke. But that's okay, because I think he's pretty cute. I'm really happy with the shape, actually, and now we get to do the fun part, which is the details. So, I kind of like to keep my pieces pretty simple looking. I think, to me, it looks more clean. So I usually do kind of suggestion of scales and stuff, and I'll show you what that means in a little bit. But basically, it's just putting a couple dots of color here and there just to kind of suggest scales and stuff. I did a dragon before as a gift, and I really like how it ended up. So what I'm going to start with is the next major feature, partially because I'm excited about it, partially because I think that's just the next step we should go with, is the wings. So in the reference picture I have, he kind of has like a blue part at the back of the underside of the wing and then a purple. So I'm going to try to get all fancy with it, and I'm going to try to mix purple and blue together and get kind of a nice gradient going, and then I'll kind of flatten it out into a sheet and try to cut a nice wing shape. And I'm going to try to get black over top of it, so the top of it's black and the bottom, or the underside, is this nice purple and blue color. So I kind of have these just smashed together. I'm kind of still new, so still kind of working out the kinks, but that's actually not bad, that kind of color gradient. It'll look a little bit cartoony and a little bit, you know, not too realistic. I'm just looking for something to roll my clay out with. I'm still a bit new, so I don't have too many tools yet, but I'll see if I can. I'll just use a pen. See, that'll probably, yeah, that'll work. A lot of times, I'm a student, so I have no money. A lot of times you can kind of make do, just invent a tool with stuff that you already have rather than going out and buying an expensive tool. Often the expensive tools, you know, work a lot better than a pen, but like this is working just fine. I say as I struggle with this, but I mean, good enough for now. If people like watching these videos and stuff, and if I just keep making polymer clay, I'd probably invest in some actual tools. So I just need to roll this out. I don't want it too thin because they have to be freestanding, but I don't want them to be like gigantic looking. So let's see what we can do here. Okay, so it's, I don't know how well you can tell, it's pretty thin. It's nice and smooth, so I'm just going to try to cut a wing shape along where it's going from blue to purple. I'm just going to trace it out lightly with, just going to use a mechanical pencil because it's got a nice little tip on it. I'm going to try to trace out kind of a shape that I want, so I think it's going to kind of... So, I don't like to go too detailed because it can often get kind of messy and scratchy looking. But he's got a bit like kind of tattery looking wings, so that's what I'm going to try and go for. I'm just going to do some zigzags. I will cut this in half. So I'm going to try to do like double wing shape here. If I go on like... And yeah, I'm just kind of just working it out along as I go. Not really knowing where I'm going with this, but it's working out okay. Okay, so there's a couple little dragony wings. Except I want this one to have... No, it's fine. Okay. then I'll just use my exacto knife to cut out the shape that I made. And this we are going to attach with wire. I realized that I said, oh, let's attach the head with wire, and I did exactly not that. So do what I say, not what I do. If you're following this, you poor people who are trying to follow my garbage instructions, but okay. Just kind of a good general shape for wings. I'm gonna sort of mess around with this now and just kind of get it into a better sort of dragony wing shape and decide kind of, you know, which end is facing his body and which end's gonna be facing out. This part here will attach to the body. Aw, yeah, that's kind of cute. So that one will go like that. And they don't have to exactly match. I mean, I'm not real fussy about things matching on both sides, as long as they're pretty good. I think that's good enough. If you like, I just don't like spending too much time trying to make things exactly the same, because realistically you can never get it quite being exactly the same, and you just kind of drive yourself insane trying to make it work. And then this one, oh, I realized I'm stupid. Whoops. Okay, we're just gonna take our sheet. We have to cut out a mirror image of this, so hopefully we have, we can just remake this. Spatially, I'm not that good at stuff, but that's okay. We'll just redo that. So we'll combine our colors. Roll it out with our makeshift, squish it out. And you don't have to cut a shape out, you could always form a shape. You could do this kind of whatever way you want to do it. Just need a little section that's going to be big enough, both colors, like that. There we go. And then I can just cut it, just follow this shape. If you're going to use an exacto knife, make sure you're on a surface you don't care too much about, or you have some cork or something underneath so you don't cut up your work surface too much. And now we have a mirror image that will actually work here. Yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna feed some wire through the wings to, oh no, first I'm gonna put black in the back of them so they're a little bit stronger. am going to make sure that I do like the shape and I am happy with it before I go and stick it onto the body, because that's going to be a bit annoying. So I might try to do just kind of the classic dragon wing thing instead of the way I was doing it, because I think that might look a little bit better. Yeah, I like that more. I know it's not true to the Gore Magala as much, but you kind of have to find a happy balance between something that you think looks good and kind of the style that you're going for, and seeing what works with, like, if you're working with clay, see what works with clay. If you're going to needle felt, make sure that what you want to do will work with needle felting. A lot of times when I'm doing, especially polymer clay, I kind of do the right thing by accident a lot. I'll figure out the shape or whatever, first of all by doing it totally stupid and not smart and just looks bad, and then you think, oh, okay, what do I do now? And then you just kind of work it a little bit and you find something that actually does work. But, you know, you have that panic moment, especially if you're on camera, where you think, oh, now I've done it. But I am actually quite happy with this wing shape now. So I think I kind of had it in my head that they would be sort of sticking up, but I might have them sort of lying against the body a little bit. Let's see. Sort of up like that. But you know what? I think I might make them like super duper tiny. Now that I see it, I didn't want them to be like stupid tiny. I'll cut a whole big chunk off. I think that'll be cute. And I'm gonna do some work at doing some ridges and stuff on the wing, so it's not just boring. Even a little bit. I often do this. I'll make something and then realize it's like gigantic, and I'll cut it down and I'll cut it down and keep doing it until I'm finally happy with the way it looks. I don't want this one to be too scary looking. I want them to be cute. And he has doofy little wings. I think that's pretty cute. Yeah, I like that shape. That size. It's really just kind of like a little M shape. I'm just looking at the time, it's about time for me actually to go to work. So I'm going to leave this here as it is for now, but it'll literally be no time for you guys, and I will finish this up hopefully soon. Okay, we'll attach the wings and do the detail next time.